Okay, so one of the things I do every Sunday for travel once I have a trip booked is we use Norwegian a lot, and one of the good things about Norwegian is if the price drops, they will adjust your booking down to that lower price up to 90 days before the sale date, which is final payment date. Now, I have been told that if after the 90 days, up to 30 days before your sale date, it drops in price, you can call and get and request that difference as an onboard credit. Now, I have yet to see it drop that lower than what I've booked it for, so I can't test that theory, but that is what a worker told me on the phone one time. So anyways, I do it on Sunday. I don't know if there's any scientific proof or anything to this, but I've personally found that if the price is dropped, maybe it's coincidental because I check on Sundays more often because I have the time, but it seems like if it's dropped, I find it on a Sunday. Now, I haven't found any drops in the last couple weeks, but to be honest, the trips I do have booked, I've got for great prices, so I'd be really surprised if I got any of them cheaper. But all I do is I just go to the website, click my departure point, and since I am 30 days out from my next trip, I am going to, more than 30 days, I'm going to still check it just to see. But the reason I know this is unlikely, just kind of just showing how I do it, is not only did I get this room very cheap, I then, because I went with a really cheap room, I did pay for the chance at an upgrade, which they will send you an email. Like, hey, you can place a bid to try and get a higher level room. What are you willing to pay per person to get that higher level of room based off what room category you want? So typically, not always, but a lot of times we will do the Haven on Norwegian. But with this 11-day cruise we're doing, starting in Barcelona and ending in Venice, it's going to a bunch of different places we've never been. And so of the 11 days, we stop somewhere every day. So matter of fact, we've been to Rome before, so we're actually going to use Rome as a sea day and not get off the boat. So we booked an interior room knowing that we're going to be off the ship all day, every day. So we weren't going to get the value for the Haven to book it on this one. But, which I can already see based off that, I got the room way cheaper than that for an interior room. I think I got it for $14.99 for an 11-day cruise. And then we did put in the bid to go up to a balcony room, which we, after about a month, doesn't always take that long, but it did for this one. It took a month to hear back, and then all of a sudden, it just charged the credit card randomly one day while I was at work, and it showed the $400 charge for me and the person traveling with me, which on this one it's going to be my mom, for the balcony upgrade. Now, they just picked the room for you, so I went out and looked, and you hope for the best that it's not a horrible room. It is considered slightly forward that they put us in, but it's the back of forward, so it's still closer to midship. You know, we're not going way out into the ocean. This is, like I said, we're somewhere every day, so I'm figuring it won't be too bad. Sorry, that's my YouTube in the back playing. But yeah, so like, if it had been cheaper, I would call them up and see if they would be willing to apply it as an onboard credit. But let me go and check some of my others. So I just had final payment date on my December cruise as of yesterday. Which also for my level, which is platinum, means I can also go ahead and book my dinner reservations. So I will show you all that process as well, which I actually already did it and I forgot to film it, but I'm still going to show y'all to it because it'll show you how quickly everything just books up on, even at 180 days. I mean, even at 90 days. No, I'm sorry, 120 days out, how quickly it all gets booked up, and like why you have to be on top of it. Because I wasn't as on top of it as I should have been yesterday morning. I kind of forgot, even though I had a calendar reminder. And so I already did not get top picks. But I will try when I get on the ship to Did I not pick the right one again? December 25, yeah. So Port of Col- Orlando. Just overlooking it, guys. So I don't expect this one to go down. Like I said, I actually have not seen it go down after final payment date with before the 30 days, but I'll check it anyways. I believe this is the one I have. Again, on this one, it's Suprema ship. So it's such a new big ship that we just didn't really feel that when we did Viva that the value for the cruise was worth the Haven. We paid almost 10 grand for that one, and we didn't get 10 grand worth of anything. Now, I'm not saying we didn't have a good time, but it just wasn't worth that price. So let's see. Sometimes it's hard to tell when you book as far in advance as we do. So like I have trips already booked in 2027 that I can't tell without going through the whole process and comparing it to what I paid. Has the price gone down? So I booked a family inside room for this one, and what we'll do is we'll put in the bid to get to a balcony. When we do this, that's typically what we do. We haven't always gotten it, so it is a risk we take. And we do prepaid gratuities, which I highly recommend because it's more than just your immediate waiter and your immediate room steward that help and get a cut of these tips. So while it's nice to leave them extra if you want to, don't cut this off from the people who are also getting from this money. So yeah, I got mine for about $100 cheaper than what it is right now with gratuities. So yeah, which is about what I figured. Like I said, we book really far in advance because with Norwegian, it's just a deposit. It's fully refundable. So if I end up not being able to do it, it's not a big deal to get my money back. And we do take advantage of the onboard credits where if you buy for $250, they give you $500 worth of credit. So a lot of times when I'm booking, I'm just using the $250 credit, next cruise credit, and I don't even have to put any cash down to book hold a cruise. So we have one on Prima next year, May. We typically like to do a trip in February, but we decided against it this time just because we were doing so much this year. And we're going to go do a week in London instead in April. I think this one's mine. No, I don't think I'm going to there. I think I picked wrong. Yeah, definitely not the right one. Again, this is on the Prima. It's a great ship. We love it. So on this one again, unless the price for the Haven comes down really well, we will just probably do an upgrade. One of the things we really enjoyed most was the thermal spa on the Viva. So like, I think we're diehard thermal spa fans now. So we did book for the December cruise the thermal spa, which also gives you like a private area to get away from, just kind of like the Haven does. So like you still can get a break from the big crowds. And I do have a YouTube video up about the Viva and the thermal spa, and on my full video of the ship walkthrough, if you want to see it, because I know they vary a little different on each ship. Like this one, Viva did not have a infrared sauna, which I was a little disappointed in, but that's okay. And I think Prima does. So yeah, I'm gonna pause y'all and look up what I paid. So yeah, I'm coming in about $150 cheaper than that price right now. And then I've got another big one, which I think it went down about $100 a couple weeks ago. So really, and it's still so far out, I don't see it really dropping. But honestly, sometimes the further out it goes, the more likely it is to drop, because they're trying to increase people's interest. We have only had two that we had booked, and they were well over a year. And it kind of got a little scary because the price kept dropping and dropping, and it was supposed to go to the Canary Islands and Morocco. And my gut told me when a 11-day cruise or 10-day cruise dropped down to $700 a person that it was not gonna happen. And sure enough, about a week after that last price drop, it got canceled, which was really disappointing because I was really looking forward to that. It's not a normal itinerary that a lot of cruise lines do, but yeah. But this is what I do every Sunday, because you just never know. Again, this is a 9-day trip, and so we're going to go in early and spend 3 days on our own in Tokyo, and then an extra 2 days at the end in Seoul on our own. So we only went with a 9-day trip for this. And on a big trip like this one, or the one we're doing at the end of September, we're not booking the thermal spa for those, because we're just going to be off the ship all day, every day. Most of the excursions are 6 to 9 hours long. So not worth the value on that. If anything, we might buy a 1-day pass if we just really want to. But we'll see what happens. We're traveling with other people, so that also makes a difference. And as you see, because it's 11-day, the gratuity does jump up quite a bit. But I mean, you're also on it longer. So yeah, that's actually jumped up about $20 since it dropped down $100 about a week ago. So that's a good sign when the price starts going up, not for everybody else, but for me, meaning that they're selling, and that it's less likely to get canceled. So one thing we also do is we book our plane tickets way early. We like to fly business class for these long hauls. So yeah, we try to book, as we have personally found that we get the best deals on business class by booking as far out in advance as we can. But that's just us. Other people swear by the 3 to 4 month thing advance. But we also get top choice seats when we book in advance. But yeah, so just a little travel tip about Norwegian is look even after you book, keep checking every so often. For price drops, they run sales with the holidays, that kind of thing, and see if your cruise went down. And then you just give them a call, say, hey, I think my reservation went down in price. Give them your reservation number. They'll tell you if it did or not. And if it did, they will adjust it down to the lower price and send you a new email. So yeah, that's my travel tip. I hope that helps anybody else that's ever questioning if Norwegian's worth it, because like I said, not having to worry about a refundable deposit up to the final payment date, you can cancel and get your money back, which is extremely rare with any cruise line nowadays. We even have one with Celebrity booked of February of 27, and it was a non-refundable, either $500 or $900 deposit. I think $500, because we booked the suite on that one called the concierge class. But yeah, definitely look at Norwegian. They also sometimes have way different itineraries than other cruise lines, which makes them ideal. But yeah, so there's my tip. Keep checking the price even after you book. Bye.